Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're going to really zero in on something fundamental. It's the statement of the problem.
Crucial stuff.
Yeah, whether you're in academia, tackling a big research project,
Pega o
or
outro.
even just wrestling with a tricky issue at work, getting that problem clearly defined. That's step one.
Absolutely, it's the bedrock.
So we've looked at a guide that breaks this down, and our mission today is pretty simple. Give you the tools to frame any problem, like really effectively.
It really is foundational. If you don't have that clear problem statement, you risk but heading off in the wrong direction entirely.
Yeah.
It's about clarity, moving from just a feeling that something's wrong to a specific focus.
Okay, so the guide kicks off with context is key.
Mhm.
Makes total sense, right? You need to set the scene first. Where does this problem actually live?
Exactly.
The background.
And here's a great tip they mention. If you've got numbers, data, statistics, use them right up front. It shows the scale immediately.
Oh, definitely. Like your bee population example, starting with global populations down 30%. That hits hard. Right. It grabs you. It says, pay attention. This matters. It grounds the whole thing in reality.
It gives it weight, objective weight, not just your opinion.
Then comes pinpointing the core. Seems obvious, maybe, but it's so important. Using
Pega o
really
outro.
precise language.
No ambiguity.
Define that central issue, that gap you're looking at. Avoid being vague. Think like laser focus.
Precision is everything here. If you're vague, your thinking gets muddled, and, well, your solutions probably won't work very well either. It forces you to clarify.
Okay, now this part's interesting. Addressing what's known and unknown. So it's not just about your problem.
Right.
You have to acknowledge what people already know or have tried. What research is out there? What solutions didn't quite work?
It shows you've done your homework. You're building on what exists, not starting from scratch in a vacuum.
And then you pivot to what's missing. The knowledge gaps. What don't we know yet? What hasn't been solved?
And that's the justification for your work. It highlights precisely where our understanding falls short and why more investigation is actually needed.
Which flows right into why this matters. Spelling out the consequences.
Yeah, the impact.
Who does this problem affect? And how does it affect them? The guide really stresses explaining the real-world cost if we just ignore it.
It answers that so what question.
Yeah.
Why should anyone care? Connecting it to real consequences makes it urgent. It motivates people.
And finally, there's the urgency and contribution. So why tackle this now?
Good question. Timeliness matters.
And what's your angle? What new insights, what potential solutions are you bringing to the table? How will your work actually help fill those gaps we talked about?
Exactly. It justifies your specific project, why it's needed now, and what unique value it offers. What new understanding or fix might come out of it.
Okay, so to make this super practical, the guide gives a kind of template, a structure to pull these pieces together.
Helpful.
It starts with context. In the field of whatever domain, there's growing concern about the specific issue. Simple start.
Sets the scene.
Then it acknowledges past work but flags the gap. Despite efforts looking at what's been done, big gaps are still there in understanding the knowledge gap.
See how it flows. It's logical.
Yeah.
And it prompts you for evidence, too.
Right. For instance, give a stat or example highlighting the urgent need for state the importance. Then it gets critical. Current approaches are missing what's lacking, and this often leads to negative outcomes.
Yeah, it points out the flaws in what we're doing now.
And then the payoff. Therefore, this research aims to
Pega o
critically
outro.
look at your precise issue, hoping to rate off your goal or direction.
Defines your mission.
And it wraps up by looking at the bigger picture. This study will help build a deeper understanding of the core concept and maybe offer solutions for who benefits.
And the great thing is, as the guide points out, this structure, it works across fields. Healthcare, engineering, education. You name it.
Totally adaptable. Business, social sciences, the arts.
The core ideas, context, gap, consequences, contribution, they're pretty universal. It's a solid framework you can shape.
So, the big takeaway for you listening, crafting a really solid statement of the problem. It's not just for academics writing papers.
Not at all.
It's a fundamental skill for thinking clearly, for solving problems effectively, anywhere in your life.
So here's a thought to leave you with. Think about a challenge or maybe just a question that you're dealing with right now.
Okay.
How could applying these steps, context, core issue, knowns, unknowns, consequences, how could that help you get clearer? Maybe see a path forward you hadn't noticed before. It's a powerful way to cut through the complexity.